Aloha, this is lesson 282 from A Course in Miracles with Hope Johnson. I will not be afraid of love today. If I could realize but this today, salvation would be reached for all the world. This the decision not to be insane and to accept myself as God Himself, my Father and my Source, created me. This the determination not to be asleep in dreams of death, while truth remains forever living in the joy of love. And this the choice to recognize the self whom God created as the Son He loves, and who remains my one identity. Father, your name is love, and so is mine. Such is the truth. And can the truth be changed by merely giving it another name? The name of fear is simply a mistake. Let me not be afraid of truth today. And that concludes the text. I will not be afraid of love today. So this statement is like a gentle dismantling of the fear of truth. It's a return to love as identity. Not love as an emotion, love as identity. And how is it doing that? Notice how it's doing that. I will not be afraid of love today. It's just dismantling fear. It's not sentimental. It's not being sentimental. It's a clear relinquishment of self-attack. To fear love is to fear exposure, vulnerability, annihilation. That's all coming from the ego. The ego can't survive in love's presence. You know, recently people have been thanking me for being so vulnerable, the things that I share. And, you know, when I hear that, I go, I'm not really being vulnerable. I don't feel like I'm being vulnerable at all. I mean, I'm not identified as an ego. I'm not afraid of love. I know that when I express, I'm expressing from my heart. So that does not make me feel vulnerable. I feel invulnerable, actually. You know, those feelings of vulnerable, I've definitely gone through that before, especially with the way I share. Definitely gone through that where I'm like, oh my goodness, what are they going to say? What are they going to think? And stuff like that. That's the ego. That's actually fear of love. But at this point, I don't sense anything like that because I know I'm not the ego. I don't mind what anyone's reflection is on what I'm sharing because it's clearly, to me, coming from love. It comes from a heart full of love overflowing. There's no one looking at me. There's no one looking at my stuff. There's no one looking at my work but me. It's all me and it's all love. And that's what this lesson is bringing everyone to. You might ask, what am I actually afraid will happen if I allow myself to be loved completely? That's what's going on here. I'm just allowing myself to be loved without any condition. Even sharing here with you, the apparent you, the sharing is just an overflowing of love. It's loving myself. There's no one here to teach. It's just a mind awakening, one mind, the Son of God awakening. So it says, this is the decision not to be insane. To choose love is to choose sanity. Insanity is basically the mistrust of love. It's not trusting love. I noticed recently where I haven't been trusting love, this hypervigilance. I've recognized this hypervigilance in myself, a pattern within myself. This subtle sense that if I don't stay on alert about things of the world, everything's going to fall apart. Right? And in noticing that and recognizing that, all it is an opportunity to choose love again, here again. Patterns are like layers. They keep on unraveling. It's really lovely. Until the veil is lifted entirely and we don't perceive a world. We don't really want this world. We don't really need this world. There's just fear of losing it. So we're unraveling that fear of losing the world. Sanity is just remembering, I am love. I am safe. I can never lose what I am. There's no salvation apart from returning to this identity, our true identity. Love and truth are the same thing. It says the name of fear is simply a mistake. You know, the name is love. Your name is love, and so is mine, it also says. The name of fear is simply a mistake. Fear is not even an identity. It's not a true identity. It's not an entity. It's just mislabeling of love, which is always safe. Love is not an experience. You know, you can't even define what love is. You can just say what it's not. It's not an experience. It's the original state of your being. The reason you can't define it is because it is you. You can just see what it's not. Because everything that's able to be defined is what we made. And it's in opposition to love. So once you can see what it's not, you recognize this is what it's not, you recognize more of what it is, what love is. It's also synonymous with truth. Truth, you could say truth is a field where nothing opposes love. Your name is the same as God's. Your name is love, and so is mine, it says. It's not a poetic metaphor. It's affirmation of what's really, really true. Your true identity is indistinct from the source. Someone asked me yesterday when I do wisdom dialogues, are you channeling the source? And I said, I am the source. That's the thing. My identity is indistinct from the source. She laughed. She's like, I love it. I was like, yeah, it's basically wisdom dialogues. It's basically a conversation between the image that I made, which I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not the image I made. And the source of that image. Which is one with the source, God. To remember myself is to remember who created me and with what intention I was created. A loving intention. I was created for love, by love, for love, wholly lovable. Nothing that I perceive here about myself can touch the love that I am. So the self that's been projected is also a recipient of that extended love simply because it's not condemned. It's not being condemned. It gets extended that love. And in that, the projected self relaxes. So even in the projection, it relaxes. There's no resistance. The resistance is what keeps it as a reality in our mind. When there's no resistance to it, resistance to the separate self is released. The separate self relaxes and the identity loosens. See that? It says salvation would be reached for all the world. If I could realize this today, that I will not be afraid of love. Salvation would be reached for all the world. See, the world is not separate from you. It's not you and the world. It's not like there's this hierarchy where you're saving the world in this hierarchical way. The world gets saved because it's not outside of your perception. It's in your perception. It's a way of looking at it. It's like you're a tuning fork in this field. Your consciousness is like a tuning fork in this field. It attunes the whole world. It's not like you need to convert the world. You only need to become unafraid of love. See that? Unafraid of love, which is already the truth of you. So it's really not truly a becoming. It's more of a remembering. Remembering that you're unafraid of love. It's impossible for you to be afraid of love. You've just been trained to believe that you can be afraid of love, and you actually have become afraid of love. It's not really true. When you recognize this, when you remember this, your field, which is basically the world you're projecting, becomes a sanctuary. Your true thoughts, the thought of God, ripples across all timelines, all spaces, all places. Your joy in the awareness of who you are restores everyone's perceptions. They're all joined with you in mind. It's everyone. To wake up is nothing but stopping defending against love. It says, not be asleep in dreams of death. Right? That's not what God wills for you. To stay asleep in dreams. God doesn't will for you to stay asleep in dreams. God wills for you to awaken to the truth. To be asleep is to subscribe to the world's definition of love, which involves possession, sacrifice, loss. That's what makes a fearful world. But divine love, true love, has no opposite. It doesn't demand anything. It never ends. To stop fearing love is to wake up entirely. So today is about remembering love created you like itself. It's about returning to what you actually are. Use this anytime. You know, the practice is AM and PM in every hour. And any time, any moment, it seems like fear is a good reason. Is any reason at all. It's unreasonable to fear. Whenever fear seems reasonable. This is a way of guarding your mind against unreality. So in the morning when you arise, you might say, today I'm releasing fear of being known. Not shrinking from the magnitude of love that created you. It's a decision. And whenever anything arises, whenever anything fearful arises, ask yourself, am I afraid of being loved here? What's there to be afraid of? Really? Breathe, receive. Receive the undying, unwavering love of God. And in the evening, reflect. Where did I withhold love today? From myself. There's only myself, even if it seems like I withheld love from another person. It's simple. A thought occurs to you. That person's a fucking whatever. And you just notice. That thought's not reasonable. That's not coming from love. That's not coming from me. To notice that is to see. That's to see truly. Would I really keep that thought? Notice how it feels. Notice it's about you. And it's not really true. It's not true about you. So you don't keep it. You don't engage in fear. Reflect. What would it feel like to let love flow right now? You know, when you're reflecting in the evening, noticing where you withheld love. There's no past. It's all now. What would it feel like to let love flow now? Just recognizing that lets it flow now. You weren't created to fear. You weren't created to earn. There's nothing to earn. You weren't created to manage your perception. You were only created to radiate love, the love that created you. It's all there is to do. To stop fearing love isn't to become a better version of yourself. It's not to become anyone else. It's just remembering that's your true identity. Without fear, wholly sinless, at peace, at ease, constantly loved. So keep that in mind today, my lovelies. I will not be afraid of love. And have a beautiful remembrance. I love you.